Sunshine Robbie here for Oracle readings. I've taken this card right before the first quarter moon meditation, the guided meditation that I will be posting on YouTube. It was very, very powerful. And taking the cards have validated quite a lot of the process that has taken me to get to here, to be able to bring the energies through the meditation, through the guided healing meditation. The meditation, and I hope you enjoy it. Hope that you take your time and, take your time when you do the meditation, pause if you need to. I hope you enjoy it because it has brought a beautiful energy, downloaded a beautiful energy through our heart chakra. And even after we came around the meditation, it was Gaby and me, we did it together. We were able to just have a conversation, but still feeling this nice energy that was just, surrounding us and within us. So I really hope that you can resonate and feel these sensations as well. The next meditation will be July 21st. I look forward to doing that, live on Zoom with more people. So if you really enjoyed the first one, I would invite you to come to the second one. The first one is a build-up, it's a platform, it's a foundation to the second one. The second one is where we'll be able to integrate and resignify quite a lot of what we are asking of ourselves, okay? If you're asking clarity, if you're asking to change behaviors, if you're asking to release blockages, if you're asking to release self-sabotage, this little period between now and the next full moon, the full moon coming, July 21st, this is where we're able to use the available energies to make those changes, so those changes are made easier. We're being assisted, yeah? So if you are in need of assistance, yes, I highly recommend you check out the meditation and follow through the second one. For you to get the link for the Zoom call, you can sign up to the Patreon community membership, but you sign up for free. You sign up as a free member, and as you sign up, you're able to then see the posts with the dates and times and Zoom links. I like to keep these meditation private. Anything that I post from these meditations are fully edited to protect everyone's privacy, okay? And I only put my image and what I speak, so nothing to do with anyone. So it's a safe space for us to share, commute, and be in union through unconditional love to support each other. But I want to start this reading. I'm very excited about this reading. And if you have seen my other post about how I read, how I pull the cards, I just pulled the top one of a shuffled pile. And it always resonates to what's going on, to the period, through what I've been through. And here I'm sharing my experiences, which can represent a collective. Your experiences can represent another collective. So just trust that, when we go through an experience and we can share, it always will resonate with someone. And this is what this reading is about. It's just about taking what resonates so that you can move forward, you can keep momentum going, okay? So the first card that came up was the skunk. It says, when the skunk arrives as your spirit animal, it's time to use great discretion. Skunk as a totem animal belongs to those who have strong ties to the moon. Invoke skunk as your power animal when you want the ability to see both sides of a situation and bring balance to it. And it was really interesting because the first card was the skunk and the last card was the Ten of Swords. And today in the meditation, we're doing a first quarter moon meditation. It was a private meditation. And, you know, we felt like we needed to protect the space before we started. And I think the cards kind of give me an idea of discernment, right? When I felt the energy, I was able to discern, and the card was just like prompting to keep me aware of that and be able to discern. But also we had such strong lunar energy, and the moon, Luna, it's all about our emotions. Yeah, it's all about going deep within and finding the innermost truth of ourselves. And sometimes the moon brings us into, you know, what we call the dark side of, you know, the shadows, right? It brings our shadows for us to see, for us to work through, for us to release, acknowledge, release, and integrate a new version of yourself. So I think this is telling us that, you know, we have 2 moons coming up that I have set to do a meditation for. So I think it's just, perhaps it might bring us to a full circle. And I would like to share that full circle with you through the cards. The next card that came in from our ancestors is collaborative dreaming. I had a friend in the meditation, Gaby. She has a lovely, lovely grounding energy. And her work is all about, you know, frequency, music, and her voice is amazing. Her work is amazing. And we collaborated, right? And at the beginning, it was really interesting because she was grounding through the lower chakras and I was grounding through the top chakras. And together, I think we created a channel of union between us. And there's so much unconditional love, so much bliss. It felt really, really good through the meditation. And that collaborative, you know, meeting energy, it really felt like a dream come true. You know, I will speak more personally on this because I have always like envisioned myself doing energy work and guided meditation that brought healing within, not just guiding through a visual or just guiding through relaxation, but I have envisioned myself doing a meditation where we actually receive healing. And this is how we felt today, this meditation, right? It felt really strong, really powerful. And what a lovely confirmation this card was. Yeah. So it came up before and I was really pleased with that. The High Priest. So intent and create. I like how the owl is here and he's holding a type of a key. It's a masculine energy. Yeah. And the masculine energy is the creation. We feel with the feminine and we act with the masculine. And through this meditation, it was quite a lot of feeling, but also lots of actions. Just the fact that you are receiving a download is an action. It's a masculine receiving. Yeah. So it was just a beautiful energy to be bathed in. The next card that came up was Guardian Angel. I had a really good chat with the Guardian Angel right at the beginning, asking for guidance, asking for assistance, asking for me to be of assistance. my vessel to be of assistance, that I can hold, you know, a channel of light that can be of service to these angels to work through here on earth and allow souls to tap into it, allow souls to receive what they need. Yeah. And we are always receiving, we're always able to receive when we are joining anyone's energy field, but it's about being open and allowing. But it's also about asking, because guardian angels are here to protect us, guardian angels are here to deliver. And we need to be in connection, we need to be in trust, we need to be in love with the guardian angels. Yeah, to create that relationship with the guardian angel. I just noticed this diamond here at the top. I didn't notice before, and I just noticed now in the camera the triangle. Self-mastery. And I mentioned about self-mastery in the video because what I find is self-mastery is a never-ending process, because there's no end to self-mastery. There is no end to quantum energy. So we're never going to get to a point where we have mastered something completely. But we are going to get to a point, I just saw 12, but we are going to get to a point where we will evolve our technique. We will create our techniques, energetic techniques. We will develop other techniques. We will combine techniques and make new ones. And we have to grow and evolve with the time, with the energies, with the evolution of Earth. So self-mastery is a forever continuous process. And everything that happens during that time is your self-mastery. Being able to guide a meditation, being able to do energy healing, being able to do Reiki, being able to then from Reiki do, I don't know, astral surgery. Everything is a step within self-mastery. And I needed to detach from the fact that, and the expectations that self-mastery is, there is an ending point. There is a place to get to. Yeah. You are the master of yourself every single minute, every single choice, every single moment of your thinking mind being active, of your heart being active, of your choices coming through, your actions. We are self-mastering. So I really needed to work through in myself at some point to detach from the belief that self-mastery is somewhere we need to get to. Celebrate growth and breakthroughs. And I love her. Do you know why? In Brazil, we have Carnival, right? And there is a specific channel that selects models, really beautiful women like this, to dance. And they do the samba. And they use it as a 5 to 6 seconds commercial between, you know, within adverts and between programs. And when it's right before the carnival, because people are building up to the carnival, to the party, to the, you know, to the time off, to the celebration, this lady comes on and does a beautiful dance, and there's no clothes on, but she's fully covered with beautiful art of paint. And the expression of dancing is all about openness. The fact that she's nude, but she's not nude, but then her body's full of expression of colors and patterns and light, and she, you know, she shines like this on TV, right? Just 5 seconds doing beautiful samba movement, getting everyone activated for joy, for bliss, for celebration. And I like the word breakthroughs because I feel like with the next moon, the book full moon, we will be going through quite a lot of breakthroughs after the full moon. Right now we are on a building up stage, right? From this first quarter moon to the full moon. I really feel like there's a build up of what are we learning? You know, if you look at all these lights coming out, they're all lessons, they're all wisdom, knowledge that we, you know, are all the time learning and becoming aware and experiencing and changing, evolving, becoming new versions of ourselves. So perhaps we are in that process of stripping our body, you know, and of the old clothes and stepping into how we came to earth, you know, our bodysuit, but then bringing light and colors through the expression of patterns and different, you know, if you think of the brush going round the body and contouring the body and bringing that, enhancing the person's body curvatures, right? We are in that building up process, in that lighting up process. And then we'll be shining. We'll be shining through our breakthroughs, through our light. So I didn't realize that at the time, but yeah, she does look like a Brazilian samba professional dancer, I would say. And discernment. When I saw this picture, I noticed the hair, very voluminous and very beautiful. Something I was trying to do to my hair today, trying to get the curls to puff up and look nice and big and nice and gorgeous. But I'm learning to express myself through discernment, because the discernment comes through our self-expression. And it comes through by slowing us down, the discernment, so that we can take that moment to look, to see, to feel, to sense and understand, to have the awareness. And discernment comes through not just the slowing of time, but also the slowing of time, the pausing, the changing of light. Yeah. Everything that discernment can bring is also to allow you to separate your ego from your true self. Yeah, because ego isn't wrong or bad. Ego has its place. If you know your ego well, it has its place. But it's just having that discernment when it's the right time, when it's not, when the ego is playing out, when it's not. And, we could be here building up to the breakthroughs, but we need to have discernment even through that process. Even through the breakthroughs, discernment should be there. And the dragon magic. I love how this could be represented as the third eye. So this is number 35, and I opened right at the right page, so that's perfect. So dragon magic is about good fortune. This card represents a portal through which dragon consciousness can interact with human consciousness. Dragon consciousness is becoming more and more accessible, and it's absolutely, yeah. The powers of the element air, water, fire, and earth are called upon to restore balance. Dragon brings good fortune and magically transform a situation in your life. Call upon reason, strength, and self-assurance. And through dragon energy, these powers will be granted to you. This auspicious time brings favorable and tangible results. Open the eyes to the beauty around you. Open your mind to the wonders of life. Open your heart to those who love you, and always be true to yourself. I have a very close connection with dragons, and I find their energy fascinating. I find their energy one step ahead, always. And what I understand is that dragons have already gone through this evolution that we are going through. Yeah, they have already evolved and gone into the other dimensions, the higher dimensions, to become that light that they are. And that's what's happening to us. We have a long way to go, but this is what's happening. And they're here to be able to help us, to assist us, because they have been through it. You know, they were in 3D form and now they are in light form. And we've been there and back a few times, but we are making it through now. And this is the dragon magic. It mentioned about the elements. Just call upon your dragon. Whatever dragon you feel connected to, call the water, the fire, the air, the earth. Call upon your dragons. It's powerful. Their energy is powerful. And ask with discernment. Ask with discernment, because there are such powerful beings. I see a pyramid again. I see a nice bubble of energy and a channel of light. Create a sacred space. When I got this card, I set the intention to create this space, this physical space that you can see in the video, with the light, with my chair. And then I went into the 4D, which is the intentions, why I'm here. And then I went into the 5Ds with the energies that are surrounding, that are here, that I'm inviting to be here, that I am assisting, that I am being assisted. But I also spoke to about in the video and the meditation is we are a channel of light. And all we need to do is to be a channel and stay within our bubble of light. And if you imagine all these little dots, okay, are souls that can come and tap into that channel and receive what they need. And that light is coming from the divine. We all have that. We all able to receive. If every soul was their own channel holding their own light, you'd be receiving what you need whenever you need. But sometimes we are in a space where we struggle. We struggle to connect to our hearts. Our heart is really protected. We're still in a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. And sometimes we need the assistance to be in the presence of another energy, to be able to help us activate that energy within ourselves. And this is what happens. Sometimes souls will be able to tap in and bring back that energy code that person needs. But there is always an exchange back and forth between the two souls. It's never just one way. You know, it's very, very reciprocal. And those that are now practicing, because we have to create a muscle and then practice the muscle of the heart chakra, those that are practicing, those that are sitting and being a channel, remember that you're also receiving, you're also in exchange and unity. It's never just one way out. Yeah, there is the way in as well. And be open to receive. Be open to receive, because the sacred space isn't just a place that you smudge. The sacred space is your channel. That is your sacred space for the soul to come and do the work on yourself that you need to do. And this is part of self-mastery. Okay? This is part of self-mastery. Breakthroughs are parts of self-mastery. Connecting to your guides is a self-mastery. Okay? Discernment is a self-mastery. And collaborative dreaming is a self-mastery. We're not here doing it on our own. We're here doing it together. I'm right here on my video on my own, but I'm doing it together with you. You're doing it together with me. We're never alone. Never alone. And I love this card, thinking of you. This card reminds me of, you know, I like the Japanese sun with the rays of light just shiny and racing through the sky into every direction. This card reminds me of bliss, of love, of peace, of that Zen space that we can create within our heart when we get to that point in our meditation where we absolutely know that we have reached that space in our soul, that point in our soul. And through the meditation today, we went there. We were there for a bit, for a good part of the meditation. And we were there still in that sensation when we came out and we were talking and our eyes were open and we were consciously having a chat, right? And the energy was still with us. The energy was still inside us. We didn't have to sit and focus to feel it. It was just part of us. And that was an amazing feeling through the meditation. And I love how this card came through. And like I said, I took this card right before the meditation. Yes, I did have a look at them, but I didn't read the books and put it together and did a meditation, and now I'm reading. And I'm seeing quite a lot of synchronicities. It's almost like the meditation is helping me read the cards, the energy on the cards, because I'm picking the cards and I'm thinking, oh, that reminds me from that point in the meditation. And then I pick another card and I think, oh, that reminds me of that chat I had in that meditation. So I think it's all linked in, it's all together. And I just love how it comes through, the way it comes through to me, for me to be able to share this. Queen Esther, the morning star, my ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. If I read that part before, I don't think I remember that. Okay. And he says here, my ego is in service of my soul. And it is. Ego isn't bad. We're here to clean up our ego, but we're not here to make it disappear. We need our ego. Ego is what helps us with discernment. Okay. And discernment helps our ego. So you're hand in hand. And we need to work together with this. And there are times that we need to put our ego to the side, and there are times we need to listen to our ego. But I think in our journey, we have this responsibility as a soul living in a vessel on earth, moving through earthly experiences, that we need to, continuously work on our ego, cleaning our ego. Yeah. And even if we're just having an ego death, that is part of self-mastery. That is part of self-mastery. The unknown journey. Embrace the unfamiliar. Can you see the two little dolphins there? I didn't notice that before. And it feels like that's me and Gaby today in the moon meditation, just really like trusting. We sit there trusting, and we have received a download. You will receive a download. You set the intention, you will receive the download. And we were both chatting, and we said, I'm sure the information will come after. It doesn't have to, we don't have to know exactly what it is and link it to a piece of information as it comes, because that means we are busy in our mind trying to label things, trying to label what we're feeling. And not always we need to label what we're feeling. Sometimes we need to just feel and wait in that period of unfamiliar and unknown, that journey that takes us through exactly that which we download, and it all becomes clear. for me, when I'm guided, when I receive a download, I know I have received one because it feels like something just being pushed down into me, not pushed, but dropped into me. And then I go about my life. I go about my life being as present as I can. The unknown is in the background, and I'm trusting. I am trusting. I'm open to the synchronicities, to the messages, to messages that might come, through the mind, through the heart. People will be messengers through their unknown journey. Okay. Remember that saying, the teacher's just around the corner, because we are here assisting each other. We're not here to do it alone. So be open to have that teacher come around the corner for you, and that will be part of your download. That message that teacher is giving you is be part of your download, and it could be anyone, that teacher. It could be the dog. It could be the bird. Yeah. So be open. And this is now the unfamiliar phase, the unknown journey. And have learned to move through it in presence as much as I can. I'm not perfect, but have learned to accept the unknown and accept that the messages will come, and that the message I receive might not be the same for everyone, and everyone received their own messages afterwards as well, or during the meditation, but that we receive what we need. Yeah, we truly receive what we need. And yes, sharing helps activate those messages. And that's why I like to do this meditation linked, with the participants in a group, like the Patreon community, because this is where the support needs to be there, right? I find it that the support is continuous after the meditation. So if you have joined the meditation, and I didn't mean to bring this now, but if you have joined the meditation and you feel like you have received a download, please sign up to the Patreon community as a free member. You will have access to the group so that you can feel the support, you can ask questions, you can understand what is it that is coming through to you for clarity, that perhaps we can assist each other, right, through that phase, through that period. And like I said, before I go into the meditation, I go through the whole process without knowing I'm going through the whole process. And then at the end of the period, I go, oh, I just went through a process. And then I write it down, and then I understand. And then I'm ready to do the meditation. So then I'm sharing the codes with you. When you go through it, you will go through a process afterwards. Okay. So as you go through afterwards, I would like to be there in a group to help, to assist. Yeah. Because your process can also assist mine as well. It's all reciprocal. So don't feel lost. Reach out and, send me a message, and we'll go from there. Because it's an eternal flow. It is an eternal flow, life, isn't it? Life is an eternal flow because we're always flowing through our presence, we're flowing through our experiences, through our emotions, through our sensations, through our thoughts. And we flow, and we flow, and we flow. And this feeling of flowing was really good. It was really good in this recent meditation, the Moon series meditation was really good. And if I close my eyes, I think I can bring it back and feel it again. And this is the idea of eternal flow. Things doesn't just happen once. If they existed, they will always exist. You can always tap back into it, just like we tap back into our traumas, our suffering, our pain. We can also tap back into our joy, our bliss. Sometimes people with PTSD, they struggle to remember good memories of childhood, but there were some there, And when we learn to live in eternal flow, we can learn to also tap back into these memories, these deep, put away memories, covered by wound, by suffering, by pain, by bad memories, we can go there. We can definitely go there. Because that's part of a self-mastery in all moments of our life. Everything we do is self-mastery. I used to think self-mastery was, you know, we have to go into a course and become this and be this and do this. Self-mastery is in your present moment, just being present. Can you be present for 5 seconds? That's self-mastery. Can you be present for 50 seconds? That is self-mastery. I could not be present for longer than 10 seconds. I would never be able to do a video because I wouldn't be focused. But I had to master that. I have to master the being present. And I have my downs. I have my unfocused moments. But I'm able to recognize and come back to it. As before, I wasn't even aware. I was not present. So this is a lifetime of a self-mastery just on presence, just on being present. Never mind discernment, yeah, shining your light, and all the other things that we already talked about. And Archangel Christine, accept the Christ light, act with wisdom and loving compassion. Because when we're present with the Christ consciousness. We're present in our Christ light. We have a Christ light with us at all times. I have an analogy about our hearts, and people say my heart's closed, my heart's blocked. I need to open my heart. There's nothing wrong with your heart. What you did when you went through suffering, you protected your heart. There is no most sacred job a human can do is to protect their heart. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be alive today. You would have not survived and create resilience through your life to continue to be alive and be here today. So you did the most sacred job to protect that heart. Do you know why? Because in that heart holds the Christ light, and you were protecting your Christ light that was given to you by the divine for you to be here, landed on earth, and move through the earthly experiences. But now it's time to break the shield around the heart, bring that diamond out and have it shine. It reminds me of that diamond and that process of breaking the cover that is in your heart, because your heart is intact inside. And this is what I found when I was able to break through the shield that I created to protect my Christ light. My Christ light was there the whole time, just wanting to come out. And that's that diamond, yeah, of self-mastery. So that whole journey, that whole unfamiliar and unknown journey to break through and review the intact Christ light of your heart is a self-mastery. However long it takes. I love whales. I actually have a picture like this that I took from a whale. And then I went back to the same region and I recognized the same tail a couple of years later. Came to say hi to me. And he says here, total submersion. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what your life has been lacking. So everything that you do, everything that you have healed, everything that you need to heal, give it 100%. Commit, be with it, allow, because you only have you to show the versions of you, to be the versions of you. And the last card, I will probably pronounce this wrong, Crocoit crystal. And I had a quick read. It reminds me a lot of root chakra. And it says here, a new phase in your life is just around the corner. Creative possibilities surface from a change encounter with someone new. This encounter stimulates inspirations, passion, and a greater optimism for life. Appearances can often be deceiving, so look for inner beauty and truth before you allow yourself to be swept off your feet. Your sexual energy is also on the rise, and this draws new people and circumstances into your life that you will find exciting and energizing. Wonderful changes are in store for you, yet you're also being warned to be cautious. Which brings to these, okay? So a little word of caution here, which comes with discernment. Okay? Everything that we do is taking that time, that moment of discernment, moment of breath, moment of connection, moment of setting the ego aside, moment of awareness to step into your own consciousness, to feel for your inspirations and act on your creation. But there's a process that goes in the background. This process can be very quick, very instant, but I find it that I have gone through these steps individually as lessons, which then brings us to the self-mastery, isn't it? Sometimes I heard something today, said something like this. I can't remember exactly the words, but it said something, you go into your heart and you're going to get clarity. It sounds like there's a one-step movement, right? You go into your heart, you get clarity. It can be, but sometimes we have to go into steps. We have to move through steps to be able to then understand that what we are receiving is a clarity, and that is of a highest consciousness for your highest good. Okay? And as we do this, we do, because we're doing these steps, it's almost like going into the intricate aspect of it, and how does it work? How does it work on the energy? How does it feel in your body? Because everything that we're going to do in the future is going to be through energy. So we are being trained, we are being instructed, taught, and shown how to evolve through energy, but nonetheless to disregard the vessel and how the vessel moves through the earthly experiences, but to unite the two. But all the self-mastery might come in stages, in steps, in parts. You learn a lesson about, your root chakra, then you learn a lesson about discernment, then you learn a lesson about ego, then you learn a lesson about perhaps interferences. And then when you put it all together, you are creating something different. You are creating a combined approach to something, and it all can happen very quick afterwards because you have had the lessons. I used to think that I would forget my lessons, and I used to write it down and and read it, and I do write it down still, but not for the sake of forgetting. but for the sake of receiving. Yeah, because when you're writing down, you are receiving, you're channeling. But I'm going to leave it here now. I really enjoyed this reading today. It is a collective reading, but it is through the experience I've had in the last few weeks, and also connected to the July Moon Series meditation, healing meditation that I have will be releasing in a few days. We have another one on July 21st. If you want us to participate, it's free. Sign up for my Patreon community for free to be able to read the posts where I post the dates and times and the Zoom link. If you have done the meditation, reach out. If you feel like after the meditation you're starting to go through movements and shifts and timeline changes and you want the support, please join the Patreon community. This is where we're going to be together, going through this together, supporting each other and, assisting each other. So don't go through it alone. Please reach out. And because we are love and light and we're here to journey together. We're here to be in this unknown journey together. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. See you soon.